Morning everyone. Thought I'd do a quick afternoon update, given that we had the ECB meeting yesterday, which was a very telling one, where pretty much in the last ECB meeting we had Ftse saying that inflation risks are to the upside. This time he sort of backtracked and says it's all right now, it's tolerable level, which sort of gave the indication that there's going to be no further rate rises in the future, right? Well, in the near-term future. So if we look at this, this is the Bund on, let's actually go to a 5-minute, and this was the move yesterday that we had, starting from the Ftse press conference. Starting from the Ftse press conference, and we sort of moved pretty much good 80 ticks to the upside, and starting from here, where were we? We were trading at 136.96. Then we had a good move up about 30 ticks, as he stated that there's no short-term inflation risk, as well as downgrading the growth forecast. So that in turn led to a little rally in the Bund. Then we had a snapback as the US market opened, and and we just came off from record high yields. Now if we look at the Bund on a 60-minute chart, we could sort of see, right, that we were trading in a range. This is the new Deck 11 contract, by the way, between about 133.86 and 132.80 for the best part of a week or so, a week or two, and then we had the break upwards, and once we broke 133.86, we pretty much had a 350 point move up in a straight line, as you can see over here. I'll just draw this in, as you can see. So pretty much in a straight line, 350 tick move, and it was very, very, very strong and powerful. And the thing is that everybody was just taking risk off the table. Stocks were coming off, and people are saying Bund's right now 137.44, 45, with yields below 2%. Still, there's talk that it can actually go to yields of 1.5%, if not even lower, because right now there's nothing else to really put your money in which they consider safe, and German government bonds is just one of those. Once we sort of broke this trend, we sort of double bottomed at around 136.07, so that's going to be a key level. And if we go to the short-term basis right now, looking at trades that have been tradable today, it's been pretty much a straight line. After the open, we sort of had another push up, topped out at 137.44, then we pretty much just tread sideways for a good few hours, and then we tested that top again. And as you can see from these, the RSI level on the first top was 78.57, and then on the second one it was 70.31. So we had a slight divergence in the RSI there, so that led me to take a little short position of this 44 level, and then I took profit just for 10 ticks, but pretty much went straight down another 30 ticks, and it's bounced off really, really well since then. So I think the Bund's now is going to be hovering around these levels until there's more speak from the ECB, any of the central bank figures, and to see whether there's going to be any sort of global action or anything like that. As it is now, yields are very high, but it doesn't look like and there's going to be a sell-off anytime soon, as risk is very much off the table right now. Another trade setup just looking at was the Ftse today, and trading on looking at the 1-minute chart, you can see that it's pretty much been in another sideways range for much of the last few hours, as after the morning bounce up from the 53.06 level. We sort of went up 40 points and then we've come off as the Bunds rose, and then since then we've just been treading sideways. And I was looking at the 60-minute chart and 5-minute chart, and as you can see we've been going on this slight uptrend on the 5-minute chart, and so basically I had orders. I was hoping that we would test this trend line again at around around the 90, 87 sort of level, and we got very close to it. As you can see, I actually had orders in below in the Ftse, starting from 85.5, 85, 84.5, and I was hoping that we would sort of test those levels right there, but sadly it didn't happen, and pretty much since then it just bounced up, and as we can see from the 1-minute chart here, we traded as high as, it didn't quite get to the trend line here or any of these levels here, and since then it sort of just tread sideways and then finally broke back upwards towards 24 level. So that was a bit unfortunate, but that's just the way trading goes sometimes. Looking at a longer term chart for this Ftse, as you can see, it's a very large range, a good 400 point range right now, and so we sort of reached the previous high that we had about 2 weeks back, and so if that's anything to do, but if we break this 85 level, I think we can head back towards the 5100 level right here. That's the way this is looking there, if that trend line is broken. Otherwise we still got room to test this 54.44 level on the top side, so we still got another 100 points of upside pretty much to test that last high that we had a week ago. So right now we're pretty much in the middle, but I sort of more favour the downside, as people don't seem to be, ECB has admitted that lowering growth forecasts doesn't look too good for the future. So at the moment, this is where I'll be looking for the Ftse to go. And a quick look on the Euribors spreads, and as you can see, all the spreads are sort of contracting basically and going towards zero, as it doesn't, if anything, it looks like they're going to be cutting rates rather than raising rates anytime in the future. So if we look at this, the DEC 12 March 13 spread, it's just slowly been coming off in the last few days. We're trading around 10s, 10.5s, and then we've just been slowly pushing off, and it's been pretty difficult lately because 9s has been a level for quite a bit of a time, and we pretty much went from 9s to 8s to 7s, and this morning as low as 5s, even though I don't think 5s were quite gettable, but you get 5.5s were at market. You could take as many as you want, and now we've sort of gone back up, we'll probably go back up near the 6th level. So it's been quite difficult, just even though I've been buying it, it's not been much moves to the upside to sort of easily get your half or your 1 tick. So that's been a difficult one, and especially this June 13 spread, that's been coming off quite a lot as well. And this morning we're trading 12.5s, some 13s even in the morning, and since then we've just been coming off, and now we're trading 11s. So we've come off 2 fat ticks from the morning, and over the last couple of weeks we've been trading as high as 15.5s, and just been slowly coming off 14s, 13, and this morning you could have got some 13s. 12 was the low of yesterday, but we've broken that level as well, and now we're trading 11s. So my strategy still is to buy them, but it's really testing resolve and how much pain you can really take before you have to puke, really. So I mean, I'm still looking to buy 11s, 10.5s if it gets there, and because I can't, if these yields get too much, if these spreads get too much lower, I just think it's stonking goodbye, because any sort of good news, and we're going to be rallying back up towards the 12s, 12.5, 13 level. So that's the sort of stance that I'll be taking on that one. And a very quick look at the TED spread as well. And as you can see in this TED, it's been pretty volatile. Been trading 27s, came off 24 ticks. Yesterday on the ECB rate decision meeting, we sort of had a big push back up towards a good 10 tick push up, and now we're trading back at around 25 level. So this spread is very difficult to gauge at the moment. You think it's just trading in a range, and then before you know it, it breaks out, and then we're trading in this nice 8 tick range for a bit of a time between 9.5s and 1s, and again then we broke up, and not broke up small, broke up huge, like a 15 tick move to the upside. So that's why I'm not really trading this at the moment, but just looking at these opportunities, and looking at this right now, and 25, 26.5 seems to be the sticking point of the last range that was formed. So we'll be looking at that level with quite a bit of interest, and if we break this, then to be honest, God knows where the next level is after that. So so that's just basically what I'm just going to be looking at in terms of that. So until next time, good luck trading, and just be cautious, especially on the spread size, as they're breaking out quite a bit lately, and they're very trendy right now, and it's been that slow, painful trend. So it's been a bit difficult, so we'll just see how it goes. Alright, thanks.